Hey now! Man. What is up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka Review King MB, and I just got done watching Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I decided to take the plunge. I've only seen a handful, if even that, of Tyler Perry movies, but I was curious, a little too curious, to see why so much of the black community loves this man's films, why they love them, and I started from the beginning. This is Tyler Perry's very first feature film. He did not direct this movie, though. I went into this thinking that he directed it, but no, this is directed by Darren Grant, and it came out in 2005. The plot is, we see this married couple at the beginning of the film. They've been together for 18 years. And the husband, Charles, I guess, has been cheating on his wife, Helen. He's been cheating on her. Hell, he hasn't slept with her, his wife. He hasn't done anything with her in over a year. He's clearly unhappy. He treats her like shit. He talks to her like shit. It's an unhealthy marriage, even without the cheating. But the husband says, look, I'm done. I'm over it. You need to get the fuck out. He kicks his wife out the house. She is hysterical. I mean, the scene when the husband kicks her out of the house is so uncomfortable, so awkward, so cringe to watch because of how much she refuses to leave. He already has his new girlfriend there, moving in to the mansion, basically, and the wife still doesn't want to leave. It's like, come on, why do you even want to still be with this guy after he's humiliating you? But okay, so she's forced to leave, and she goes to her grandmother's house, who's Madea herself, played by Tyler Perry. And so while living with Madea, she sort of tries to figure out what to do with her life, I guess. Man, this movie sucks. I'm sorry. The movie's bad. Again, I know that people love the Madea character. I know that people watch Madea because they like how goofy she is, how funny she is, how over the top she is, how just in your face she is. And I will admit, Tyler Perry, when he's playing Tyler Perry, when he's playing a regular dude, he's a terrible actor. He's terrible. He's not believable. He's not, he just can't deliver lines naturally. He just comes off awkward when he's playing himself, or when he's playing this character, Brian, that we'll talk about in a minute. But for whatever reason, when he's Madea, when he puts on that damn dress and that wig, he develops a personality, a certain level of charisma that's just not there otherwise. And so, sure, in those cases, because a lot of other people in the movie aren't likable or don't make sense in the stuff that they're doing, sure, maybe Madea is the most comical or entertaining to watch for that reason, but I didn't find myself laughing at anything that she did or said. I'm sitting there watching. I didn't laugh at all during this movie or during anything that Madea said. I don't know. I just sort of thought, okay, this is what everyone loves about her. The fact that she takes the wife, her granddaughter, back to the husband's house and takes a chainsaw to destroy the couch and destroy the property and destroy everything. And oh, look, she gets put on house arrest. Ha ha ha, how funny. So funny. Tyler Perry plays Joe, who is like a grandfather or some old guy who's always grumpy and mean and angry all the time. Okay. But before I get to more of the side plot type stuff, let's talk about the main characters. So the main character is Helen. She's played by Kimberly Ellis. And look, I'm not going to say she's a bad actress. I remember seeing her in Set It Off back when I was a kid in the 90s. So, like, I know this actress. She's fine as far as, I guess, having to deliver the lines that's on the page or having to act the emotional scenes that she has to act. But her character is so dumb and unlikable. Now, I know that there are plenty of people maybe in a similar situation or have gone through similar things when they've been in bad relationships, when it's been obvious that their husband or even wife are cheating on them or treating them like shit. He's hardly ever home on their anniversary. He's not even home spending the night with her. She's getting him gifts and trying to be nice, and he's just shooting her down and talking down to her and just saying things to her to make you want to smack her in the face. Not literally, of course. He does that plenty of times. But you want to just shake her and wake her up and say, get some self-respect. And I know that she's going to go through her character arc. I know that supposedly she's supposed to try to learn and grow on her own. And so I guess that's her arc. But I'm watching this and I just don't care about her. I don't feel bad about her. I'm not sitting there hoping that she, ends up with the right guy because she makes so many dumb decisions and dumb choices. I mentioned how pathetic she comes off, not just not seeing the signs, but when you see her crying and carrying on, being kicked out of the house by him, again, you cringe. But okay, fine. That was a really low point for her in her life. Fine. But now that she's away from him, she starts dating this guy, what's his name? Orlando, played by Shamar Moore, who I'm sure is an actor you recognize, a good-looking dude. In the movie, his character, he's not the richest guy in the world, especially compared to her last husband, but he has an interest in her. And she's sort of, this is what I'm talking about her being unlikable. Oh, I don't really think you can afford this nice restaurant. And he goes, no, it's fine. I can afford it. I can do it. And she goes, well, I don't want to date a drug dealer because, yeah, that's the only way that he would be able to afford this nice restaurant, right? Is that he was a drug dealer. She's a bitch. She's a bitch. I don't like her. I'm just going to get into it. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm just going to go for broke here because it's a lot of the writing, the horrible writing, which again, written by Tyler Perry. It's based on his play, his stage play. So yeah, Tyler Perry is to blame for why this movie is as bad as it is. So you get to a point in their relationship where Orlando proposes to her and she doesn't say yes because, you ready for the side plot? There is some random forced in side plot of, because the husband was a lawyer, he has this client who did something really bad, some criminal thing. He wants him to take him to court and be his lawyer, get the charges dropped, whatever. And you just have these random scenes of one moment the husband's mean to the wife, and then literally the next scene, he's being pressured by this client to do what's right or else type stuff. And it's like, am I supposed to feel bad for this husband? But because the husband was not able to clear this guy's name, the criminal guy, by the way, the worst actor in the movie. And that's saying something because Tyler Perry is acting in 3 different parts. When he's found guilty, grabs the cop's gun in court and shoots his lawyer, the husband, in the back, paralyzing him. This is the worst telenovela, soap opera bullshit. It was so random. It was so out of the blue. It's wow. That escalated very quickly. That's all I kept thinking. There was so many scenes where wow, that wasn't a normal human being reaction at all. So because the husband is paralyzed in the hospital, Helen, who was just proposed to by the good guy, she doesn't say yes to him. She runs back to the husband to take care of him, to be there for him, he's still dogging her and treating her like shit. Nobody's likable in this movie. It's frustrating to watch it. It's not interesting storylines. It's not you wanting a character to do something and you get frustrated. No, this is just, this girl is too far gone and too damn dumb. She gets angry. Now she gets to have revenge. You know, the husband is paralyzed. He's in a wheelchair. He can't do anything for himself. And you have these series of scenes where she starves him. The husband is sitting there at the dinner table and she's eating food in front of him, but she's not feeding him. She's like, oh yeah, you can go and fix yourself some food. Ha 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 ha. And he's crying. And now again, the husband was a piece of shit. The husband was a bad human being. I'm not saying I felt bad for the husband, but I wasn't enjoying seeing this stuff go down either. It was uncomfortable. There was one scene where she put him in his wheelchair. She wheeled him out down the hall and just threw the wheelchair into the bathroom, and he falls into the tub filled with water. Let's go back to Tyler Perry, because I said Tyler Perry plays Madea, and yes, Medea's here. She's here to be the comic relief. She's here to be the person that I'm sure plenty of people who do like this movie, or do like Madea movies, love her, love these scenes, and love everything that she does. And okay, fine. I didn't find her funny, but I guess I see the appeal in the character. Cut to Tyler Perry playing Brian, who's this guy who has a daughter and has this wife or ex-wife, and apparently the wife became a drug addict, and she left him and the daughter like a while ago, and occasionally she just shows up at either his house or Medea's house, and she's all strung out, and she's all like, oh, I need to get right again, but then she takes off randomly in the middle of the night, and you know she's out there getting high, and then she comes back, and just, like, this is a side plot that goes on throughout the entire film, just in random spots, in random moments, and you're sitting there going, okay, as dumb as the main story is between Helen and her husband and her boyfriend, the side plot is even dumber, because I don't even really understand why Tyler Perry and his character was necessary, the Brian character. I don't get what it had to do with anything other than, oh, well, he's also related to Madea, so let's just see these random scenes of him having to deal with his wife. Just like, I don't care about any of this. I do not. And yes, the movie ends with the big whole church moment, the church scene where everybody finds God, and because of God, you're able to get through anything, even if you're a terrible person. Fuck! How does anybody like this movie? Maybe the first one is rough and has a lot of issues. Maybe it gets better. I somehow doubt it. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you too have seen Diary of a Mad Black Woman. I can now say I have. What did you think of it? Do you like this film, or do you think it sucks? Or are you one of those people that says, I will never watch a Tyler Perry Madea film ever? I used to be that way, but I decided to give it a shot. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!
Time's changing quickly for me and you. The future's come, it's come for you. The moment upon your very eyes. The life around you are hypnotized. I take my 1144. Hands spread wide open, line up the floor. The things come fast from here on out. No more delay or benefit in doubt. The prophecies, they talk to this time. I've been waiting patiently to bust.